Hey, what's going on, everyone? In this video, I want to share with you how I make a thin blue line police officer's utility rack. It's a very simple project and only requires 4 pieces of wood, glue, and brad nails. I'll be using my CNC, so it's also a beginner's CNC woodworking project. If you don't have a CNC, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and use the tape method or how you make your flag currently. If you end up making this utility rack, go ahead and share it with us. Our Facebook and Instagram links are down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video.
I like to use edge glued panels from Lowe's for my single piece flags, so that's what we're using here. The dimension of the flag part of the rack is 12 by 31. Depending on the size of the panel you get, you may need to get an additional 1x board to be able to get the side pieces. In my case, I had some 1x cutoffs from a previous job and used that for my sides. So after ripping the flag portion, I ripped the top and the side pieces to 3.5 inches. And after everything was ripped in the table saw, I used my miter saw to cut the top and the side pieces to size. After all the pieces were cut to size, I used my router to carve out some keyhole slots for hanging.
So because we want to make the side pieces a little bit more decorative, what you want to do is just find the center of the piece. In this case, it is a 3.5 inch wide piece. The center would be 1 3/4. So I just made a mark there. And then just grab the other side, and as the edge here as my pivot point, just create an angle. I thought that angle was fine, but you can make it shallower or even taller if you want. That's all based on what you think would look good.
Once I made the angle line, I used my jigsaw to cut the excess. I then used that piece as a template for the other side. The angle cuts on the side pieces is optional, but I definitely would recommend adding the detail. And with all the cutting done, it was time to sand. Once I had everything sanded, I used Behr ebony to stain all the pieces. With everything stained and dried, I sprayed the flag portion with some spray can poly to reduce chip out while I carved on the CNC. The next day, once the poly was dry, I put it on the CNC and carved the flag out. If you're wanting to see how I programmed this in Carbide Create, take a look at the supplemental video. Also, the SVG file is available on Etsy. The link is in the description below. With the carving done, it was time to paint the blue stripe. I like to use Behr Mega Blue Stain. After painting, I attached all the pieces. Nothing special here, just wood glue and 1 1/4 inch brad nails. Off camera, I added another coat of poly and the rack was nearly completed. I purchased some 3/4 inch hardware and cleaned the oil off with some alcohol. Check out the description below for a list of the hardware pieces that you'll need. I just eyeball this part, but I do recommend doing a dry fit with the long crossbar to ensure that you leave enough space between the bar and the side rack to allow for the vest to fit. And I used 1-inch nails, and the ends actually came through the rack. I simply had to grind the ends down with my angle grinder, but I do recommend using 3/4 inch nails to secure the round flanges.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and were able to take something away from it. If you did, make sure to take a look at our other videos for other beginner CNC woodworking projects or other beginner tips. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.